Hello and welcome to Sportsmole's World Cup discussion show. I'm Matt. Joining me today we have Liam, Barney and Pascal. Barney, after their resounding win over Spain, do you think Netherlands are the favourite? Do you think they can win the competition this summer?
Well, it was an incredible performance against Spain. I think they certainly showed that on their day they can beat anyone. They have the quality with Van Persie and Robben up front. If they're firing on all cylinders all tournament, it's going to be very hard to stop them. I think Spain were poor. I think you can't read too much into it, the Netherlands destruction of them, because I think Spain collapsed a bit, but they did impress a lot. Obviously, they got to the final 4 years ago, came into this tournament with pretty low expectations due to their poor performance in Euro 2012. But I think they've put themselves in the upper echelons of contenders now for the way they played in that game. It was incredible.
Pascal, another European team that impressed, obviously France, 3-0 winners. How do you think they'll do this summer? Do you think they've got a genuine chance of winning it, or is it more a quarter-final, semi-finals would be impressive?
No, I think they can definitely go a long way. I mean, let's not go too excited like Barney said. I mean, it's only the first game in France, only beat Honduras. I mean, they're not by nowhere near the best team at the tournament. They resorted to just kicking France off the park, basically, or tried to. France scored some brilliant goals. Benzema is obviously a great focal point in the attack. And then with Valbuena and Griezmann either side, they're a really exciting attack. And behind that, you've got such a dynamic midfield with Pogba, Matuidi, Cabaye sort of sits back a bit more, sprays passes everywhere. And as long as their defence doesn't collapse, I mean, you look at Sacco in the defence, has he got enough experience? You would have thought Koscielny might have started ahead of him. Yeah. But it looks like Deschamps prefers Sacco. But yeah, I'm really excited about the French. I think they can go a long way, plenty to be excited about.
Very quickly, do you think the loss of Ribéry, obviously he's a wonderful player, but has it allowed players to be more free in forward positions? Obviously Griezmann, like you said, comes off it after a great season. Because the focal point isn't on Franck Ribéry, do you think that's going to help in a way?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously when he does play, there's so much expectation on him. You know, he's third in the Ballon d'Or race, but they've got so many good players in those positions that it allows, like you said, there's not so much emphasis on Ribéry, and it allows the others to shine. And sort of Benzema becomes that focal point in the team, which is quite good for him, because obviously at Real Madrid he can't do that either with Ronaldo and Bale either side. So, and he seems like he's ready to step up and sort of lead this French attack to go a long way in the tournament.
Liam, another team that won 3-0 were Colombia, albeit it was against Greece. Jackson Martinez, Carlos Bacca scored over 50 goals for the team last season, could get in the team. Obviously Radamel Falcao was injured pre-tournament. What do you make of South American teams this summer? Obviously there was a big talk before the tournament whether they would be, the home advantage would really help them. And what have you made of them so far?
It's not been the best of starts for the continent, really, has it? I know Chile got a win, but they weren't exactly fantastic against Australia. I think Uruguay probably underestimated Costa Rica a lot. Ecuador will be very disappointed to have lost to Switzerland. They'll have fancied their chances of getting out of that group, and that's really dented them. As you mentioned, Colombia were impressive. I think they've got the best chance of going the deepest, I'd say.
You bet Colombia. Finally, probably all agree that Colombia will go the furthest out of the. They've probably got the best squad. They play Ivory Coast next in what is going to be a big, probably the side who top the group. You probably fancied that they would both go through. What do you think of that Ivory Coast's performance? They were winners, but do you think they've got the best chance of the African teams maybe?
Of the African teams, probably, because Ghana are in such a tough group. I wouldn't expect them to get out of that group. But Ivory Coast, they weren't. There's so many holes in their side. There was against Japan. A really good team would take advantage of them. They were quite good going forward. Their finishing was wasteful. If they can find a cutting edge in the final third, which with the likes of Bonny and Drogba, they'll be able to do. But I think, against Japan, there was definitely weaknesses, and when they come up against a really good team, I don't really see them being able to beat them.
Do you think, what about the Colombia-Ivory Coast game? What would your score prediction be for that game?
That one, I think, will be 3-2 to Colombia.
Obviously, it is the winner of that group would play the second place in the England group. What would your score prediction be for that game? And obviously, it probably would be who tops the group.
I fancy the Ivory Coast just to nick it. I think it might be quite a tight game, actually. Maybe just 2-1 I'm going to go for in Ivory Coast.
I'm going to go for Colombia to win 2-1. I think Jackson Martinez or Carlos Bacca probably will start in that game. I fancy them to go 2 up front against the Ivory Coast. I'm not too sure about their defence. Would you go along with that?
I'd go 3-1 to Colombia. I think the gaps Barney was speaking about, I think Colombia will be able to expose them.
Thank you very much for joining us. Join us again soon.
Time went on.